Hello crafters, this is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I have just been working behind the scenes to get this album done. Right now I have the matting video loading up, and now I'm filming putting the cover together. I think I'll just do this part separate, just in case you want to at least get that part done and then you're completely done. Then I'll go further into dressing the album. That would be another video because that takes more time, adding the little elements to the video. I already kind of started anyway, but you know, just to talk about it and work on some things with you guys, that'll be a separate video. But I was here working on the cover, and all of a sudden it was like inspiration. Okay, let's get started. So I hope you guys are enjoying this wonderful nautical Father's Day sailing, cruising mini album. Like I said, this one can apply to more than one theme is what I'm trying to really say. So let's get started on this cover. So I had, because I already pre-cut, this 12 by 12. 2 sheets of it I had used as the base of the cover. And just for the video's sake, because I must apologize for the blurring on attaching the pages. Oh, you guys just don't know how that upset me so much when I was editing the video. And then now I'm just worried about when I do the spine, the blurring again. So here is the spine. And the spine is approximately, because now I can see the camera, so I'm not worrying about that. This is, let's say, 1 3/4 by 8 3/4 for the matting of the spine. Alrighty. And I also, sometimes I like to place the album facing down and put on the spine in my lap. I know. So I can't film that here with you guys. But that's the easiest way for me to, that's how I normally really do it. Just to keep it straight and then, you know, have it in front of me. So I just went ahead and did that. So now the covers, both covers, measure. And I'm going to go this route instead. 7 3/8 of an inch wide by 8 3/4 inches tall. So when I went out here to, even though it's a 1/4 inch, 7 1/2, you just have to kind of take into consideration right here. It was looking, the top and the bottom had enough space. Here was looking too small. So when you have that issue, or let's say you're listening to my measurement and you're like, Suzanne, I really don't like that measurement, and you want to trim it down, just keep trimming it down 1/8 of an inch at a time. And remember, let me get my camera off focus. 1/8 of an inch is that right there. So here's 2, there is 1 7/8, there's 2 1/8. So just keep trimming down. If you want to take off a hair all the way around, aim towards the 1/8 of an inch off the, you know, off the width, off the length. Keep going that way, and that's how you kind of do that for mini albums. Just keep taking off 1/8 of an 1/8. So let's say right now this fits like this. You want it to have more red. Just keep on going, 1/8 of an 1/8 of an 1/8. But try not to just guess, you know, 3/4 of an inch down. And then when you put it down like this, you're like, wait a second, this doesn't look right. If this happens to you though, let's say you just kept on trimming and now you're looking at it and you're like, I don't have any more of this paper. What am I going to do with this? You can put solid cardstock behind it. So here, if I was doing this and I had made that mistake, I don't have any more papers, you know, tomorrow is Father's Day, I'm working all night long and I cut it by accident. You could bring in a piece of Kraft. You could go like that. You could then do the double matting if the distance is too much. If this is too wide, you could put a sheet of white cardstock in here too for contrast. Something along, that's how you can build it back up. Am I making sense? You could contrast it further, red to white to khaki. You can do that type of deal. And hopefully I am focused because I'll just be like, oh. So that's the option. But I'm going to now show you what I did for this album. And for the covers, I am doing it layered for the cover, not the back. And I generally like to keep the back cover. I'm going to do the back first because that's the easiest. Alrighty, so now I'm going to do the back cover first. And like I said, when I'm generally doing matting the back cover of a mini album, look at what happened here. Oh gosh. All right, so I'm going to mat the back of the mini album first, seeing that the front is so many pieces. But generally, when I'm putting on pattern paper on the back, I like to keep it dark. This is going to interact with every surface. So I wouldn't go, you know, the white for the album. It's just, you'll see. If you do it, you'll see over time, like, okay, maybe I won't do that again. It's safer to go the darker, more forgiving colors. And what else was I going to say? Because this paper is just like, again, crazy thin. And yes, I am going to check the orientation on my album before I start. I'm going to use, I'm bumping up the width of my score tape. What you can do with your 1/4 inch, if it's only 1/4 inch that you have, you can do, you know, quarter, 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 and do it that way. But that's a lot of 1/4 inch tape. I'm going to, I was thinking 3/8 of an inch. My 1/2 inch is almost done, so I'm going to use my 5/8 of an inch score tape. Do you need to buy all these sizes? No. One of the links below that I did put in though for score tape takes you to that page on a cherry on top, which most of the time you can apply a little coupon to your whole cart. So, you know, either get free shipping or apply a coupon. You'll see all the sizes that are available, including this 5/8 of an inch. It's good in general just to have one. And if you know that, you know, you just got bitten by the mini album bug, then it suits you. It becomes more economical to buy the bigger rolls of tape sometimes, because when you're making covers like this, that's when this becomes a much better investment than using a ton of this. Just saying. And a 1 inch roll too. 1 inch is good. 5/8 of an inch or 1 inch. Oh gosh, yeah. It'll be 1 inch, 5/8 of an inch, 1/2 inch, 3/8 of an inch. And what I would do if I was starting out and I'm like all gung-ho, like when I first discovered mini album making years ago, one roll of 1 inch, one of the 5/8, one of the 1/2, a few rolls of the 3/8 of an inch. That's what you're going to use for construction with the pages and all that. And then 1/4 inch. I go between the 1/4 inch and 3/8 of an inch a lot. And for card making, I'm still going, I'm more now into the 1/4 of an inch. I don't use 3/8 of an inch, very rare. And I'm not even using score tape for that. In the beginning of card making, I was using up on my score tape, finishing rolls, and I was like, wait a second, what am I doing? This is too expensive. No. And it's just for, you know, cards, you know, the pattern paper to cardstock. Oh, no, no, no. So then I got into that whole cherry tape thing and scrapbook.com double-sided tape. Alrighty, now let's go to 3/8 of an inch. And this time, because this is on the cover, I am going to do a lot of tape. Seeing that I saw that it warped on that page 4 from the last video. I don't know if you noticed it. And when I rewatched the video, I saw that I did put, you know, 3 pieces, but that obviously was not enough. I'm gonna go like this. It just wasn't holding. And, you know, that's this kind of cardstock. You can, if you want, you could maybe put, mat it onto a 110 pound at the same size and then put it on, but that will create height. Or maybe 60, 65 pound, but you don't have to. This will hold. And you want that score tape all the way out here because of how thin this cardstock is, this pattern paper, it can lift. All right, so I'm hoping this is enough. Haphazardly putting it on. Yes, I am. Alrighty, I'm going to remove the tape backing and I'll be right back. Okay, crafters, so I'm back. So now, in general, let me talk about some little tips in case you don't have time to watch my matting the covers video. If for some reason, first of all, always check the orientation of your mini album. If, you know, just to make sure that we're going in the right direction. But just in case you stick the pattern upside down, the only way you're going to fix that is to cut another sheet exactly the same size or a little bit over end to end again of the score tape coverage. Not wet glue, definitely not wet glue with this. And wet glue on the covers, they don't go well either. Yes, past experience. So make sure your orientation, your album is opening correctly. In this case, I am doing the back first, so I am in the right orientation. I will look at my pattern before I put it on. I'm going to check it again just to make sure. Now, what you want to do is you want to center it. What else? There was another tip I wanted to say, but it's not there. It might come to me. I'll see. Now I'm going to turn the album towards me just for ease. I'm going to stand up too. Again, the 2-finger technique. I am lifting up the album to kind of level it off. So I'm not putting it on flat. I'm going to more level it. So I'm using these other fingers to bring it up. Okay? I am looking at the all 4 corners. Looking. Am I feeling good? Oh. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Now, because this cardstock is so, this pattern paper is so soft, I'm going to just lightly burnish it with my fingers first. Oh, you know what? I might link also the Graphix chipboard. I think when I had done that before, it was with Amazon. I found it cheaper somewhere else, so I'm going to put that below in case you want to get a pack of the Graphix medium weight chipboard to make the albums. But it's only, you know, letter size, 8.5 by 11. It's not the 12 by 12 chipboard. Alrighty, so notice how I'm holding the cover and I'm gently, not burnishing like I normally burnish, all heavy and crazy, just a light burnish. Then I'm going to, so that's the back. Cute. I love the sailing. And here on the side. Now you can put stuff here. I did, yes, I strategically picked the little, oh gosh, you know what I can't think right now. And I did have dinner this time, but still not thinking. The thing. Right here, kind of middled. I could have middled it even a little bit more. And then here you could put something if you want. Or you could put a little fishtail banner thing. Some sort of thing if you want. Okay, here now I am on the front. Because I was going to wait to do this video, but my mind is clear enough. And I pulled the cover together. So here is the first piece. The bottom of the cover pattern paper. And again, we're going to do a few measurements here. 7 3/8 by, I think it's 8 3/4, right? 8 3/4. Now, the reason why I'm doing it this way, because this album is at that angle and I'm going to be layering up, I'm going to make the cover here first before I put it on. It's going to be easier for me, I hope. And then I have this piece, which is 4.5, and I also believe this is flush, 8 3/4. That'll go here. I want to be able to see the sailboats and have this here, and then also I believe, was it like this? I'll tell you in 1 second. Yes, I believed it was like this. All right. I'm looking. I'm kind of remembering how I did this. All right. So it's about six pieces, 6 things I'm layering. Yeah, that's why I'm doing it now. All right, so now let's talk about what you just saw, this little notebook punch. And I had mentioned it, I don't know if I mentioned it in a mini album video, but I'm going to definitely mention it in this one because I'm using it. And I will link it below. It's not the easiest one to find. All righty, I've had this punch for a lot of years. And it's called the, I believe it's the round notebook punch. There is a square one, not as pretty as this one. This is the one, my own. I must have dropped it or something. It doesn't close anymore, but it still works fine. It's made by EK Success. And like I've had this since I started scrapbooking. So that's a long time. This punch is great exactly for what I'm using it for here. Texture. It can be both masculine and feminine. For my teachers out there, this is great for every single thing you want to do for your classroom. It gives, of course, that notebook edge. And also, it's one of the easiest punches, most reliable and easiest punches to use. You just slide it in, punch, line it up. Now, when you come out here, come back in, go one, where am I? Okay, go one down, punch again. So it always catches. Sometimes with punches, you'll line it up and it still double punches and all this. You can even use it as a distressed look if you want. If you do mixed media and you want to layer, some people like to do this type of tear thing and put it on like that. I'm not, I don't do that. But I just wanted to show you guys that this is one of my most favorite. I have a few Martha Stewarts that are, you know, good too. But the no fail, all-time favorite, when I just need that little extra something, this punch, which can't close. So why am I using it here? My notebook punch. And I will link it below because I think the one on Amazon was quite expensive. And I ran across one the other day and I was like, oh, they still sell it. Because I was about to tell you, go on eBay. Because it's not the most easiest punch to find. Right here. See how sharp that edge is? It's just to this cut off that. So I'm using this and bringing in back that Kraft, which also brings back to the Kraft inside the album. I'm bridging it with this. See how it now kind of, you can still see the ships, yachts, and now this paper, but it doesn't look so stark. Notebook punch. You make a tag. You want to add, you make a tag. I have tags right here. Tag like this, and you want to add a little something to it. Pop that notebook punch on it. Pop it on the side. Put a photograph. Tell you. It's a really nice one. I wouldn't just say it just to say it, but it's very popular. Like one of the most popular ones to get, and thank goodness it's one of the easiest ones to use. Alrighty, so I'm going to now attach this to this. I'm going to use score tape. I'm not gonna, because it's the cover and you want it, and I want it to last. So even though my father is no longer with us, I decided I was gonna pull, you know, look in albums and traditional albums and look for photographs and pull some photos there and use that. Oh, I think I can mat the whole thing actually. Not mat the whole thing, add adhesive to the whole thing. All right, I'm gonna put some adhesive and I'll be right back. Alrighty, crafters, so now I applied a lot of adhesive on this little sheet here. And I did give you the measurement. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Now, because I'm only going to be sticking it here for the time being, I'm going to go part way. Again, coming in back with that OmniGrid 2.5 square. I think I'm just going to call it my score tape trimmer. The unofficial score tape trimmer. It works very well. I was using my mitering tool, but my mitering tool, because, you know, I always keep that where I make my mini albums and I don't move it because I don't ever want to lose it. And so one day I was at Hobby Lobby and I saw this little thing and I was like, wait a second, that could work. Just like my mitering tool that I'm using to cut score tape. Because when I'm at crops, and I'm making not making a mini album. I never do construction there, but I do matting there. I like to have something to still tear the score tape. All right, I'm standing up if you hear my voice a little bit louder. Here I need to be kind of super super precise with the edges. And here I am not being precise with the edges. Am I good? Am I good? All right. All right, guys, I was just moving at the pace of a snail because I just wanted to make sure that I got it on good. That's pretty good. Yeah. Alrighty, so I just had adhered this piece onto this piece. I'd had a few rows of score tape there, as you saw. I'm going to put some more now here because everything has to be stuck down nicely for this soft paper, because this is, yet again, the cover. This is where wear and tear happens. This is where I can, if I want, do dabs of glue. Yeah, I might just do that, but sometimes I'll do a little dab, 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 dab. Not all of it, but a nice portion of it, just to keep everything nice and flat. Let me do it like that. You know, when I first started out, I was using my fingers to tear this tape. Oh, what a mess. Once I realized I could actually tear it clean. Oh, this little squirt, this little cutter thing. Hobby Lobby. Sewing. When you're buying your ribbon, just pick up some. There, I made a boo-boo. But it's all good. All right. So, I'm looking to do it here. This edge to that edge. So this side to this side. I can... Alrighty. Gonna have to stand up again to put this on. I'm going to skip putting the wet glue, but you can do little dabs. Think by the time I dab it and get it on, it's gonna be dry anyway, so why? And there's not that much left. But if this album is going to be, you know, pushed into something all the time, then you might want to consider, 1/8 of an inch score tape down each piece. Yes, you can go that deep into it. If it's a gift and you want it to last and not be all busted up, you can put 1/8 of an inch score tape in each little space here. That's quite fine, quite doable. Just was checking that I am focused, because, oh, you just don't know how I was like so disappointed with those last 2 pages, and all I saw was a big blur, and I thought, oh gosh, you guys probably want to kill me, but it didn't make any sense to leave it. It just, you couldn't see anything. It was just too blurry in attaching page 3 and 4. Okay, let me dab it anyway, a little bit. I am going to dab on the end. Whoa, 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 whoa. My glue here is a hot mess. My glue got all watery. You know, I noticed that in down here. Maybe it's too humid down here. It gets very wet there. Just that, just a point. And yes, I am using the Barely Art glue. I am enjoying it. It gives me a more precise small dot. So I go back and forth between both glue, which is, that's how it normally goes. All right, here I am standing up. Alrighty, I need contrast. So if you find yourself having this thing, just put something else underneath there for contrast. There. Oh, nice. Very good. Guys, that's straight. Yay. I am cheering myself for being straight. Yes. Alrighty, so here I go. So now this would go on here, like so. Now you see how that just added that little something? Alrighty, so we're gonna continue the something, because you definitely could leave it like this. If you went to Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, whichever one, and you have some nice little, and you found some Father's Day thing, or you're using your electronic machine and you're cutting out Happy Father's Day, best dad ever, you could put that here now You could cut a, cut a shape with a die or with your machine, then put the phrase in here. But I don't have that, so I'm going to continue with the cover. So now I have a sheet. I decided to use some gold in this album, but again, if you watch my foil video, I am picky about my gold, about all my gold foil cardstock. I like sometimes the shiny, super shiny. This instance, I'm using the Tim Holtz gold. I'm using the Tim Holtz metallic gold foil cardstock with the Kraft on the back. It's a little bit thick. Why? It has that kind of a look, burnished, distressed. You see it? It's not super, super shiny. It's more like kind of, weather beaten. And I like that, but not overly. So I just cut off a piece, and that's an 8x8 pad. It only comes that size anyway. And if it's not 8x8, let's say 8.5, but it's around that. And I cut it down to this. I just cut one little strip across, and it's going to fit here. I think it is 8 inches. Yeah, it's 8 inches. So that pad is 8x8. This piece is 8 inches by 4. This is 8 inches by about a 1/2 inch. That's just a rough cut. And I'm also going to use my favorite. Okay, so you saw my favorite punch. Now you're seeing my favorite corner rounder. This is the favorite punch by EK Success. This is my favorite punch by, a lot of people don't use this. I came across this on Amazon. So yes, this is a sidebar. And I will link it below because it's only sold on Amazon. It's a punch from Japan. Great for cardstock, pattern paper, photographs. This is actually made really for photographs. I have large, medium, and small. If you do decide to get it, and I've had this one for many, many years, never, ever use it with adhesive on the back. Always cut clean. So I'm using the medium right now. You just push it in, cut, see? Love it, love it, love it, love it. So I'm going to just round those edges just to add, just so it's not all so crazy straight. Here is the medium. That's the medium edge. Here is the small edge. You just push it all the way in until it locks. See? Cute, right? That is an investment that we keep on giving. It will not perform well if you decide to keep on putting adhesive and then using it to round the edge. I'm telling you, why? Did it myself. So now I have learned, no, round the edges first, then apply adhesive. It will gunk it up and it won't work. So I stopped doing that and I had to get another one. So that's the only drawback. It has to be clean, but it'll also round all your photographs well too. There's other corner rounders, but I find that one to be the most dependable, the most sharp, and 3 sizes in one. So these are all my little tips and tricks, my own personal ones, I should say. So I try to bring it out as far as I can. It's okay. It's not going to lift, and if it lifts, it's just a little hair because I got all this score tape going all the way down. Apply your adhesive. And I'm going to do 2 rows here just because I have this little strip. I hope I had cut the right end. Let me make sure that I had cut the right end. Yes. Okay. Because I only want the end facing out to the right to have the rounded corner, not the other side. The other side I want to stay flat. I'm going to put a little bit more here so I don't get that weird wrinkly lift like yesterday. Oh boy. Make sure that my video is still loading, because once that pauses, it's no bueno. Not good at all. Alrighty. So I'm not using this jagged edge. I'm going to line it up over here with the straight on straight. Again, I'm going to be standing up and coming out about there. So this is giving that look again. See how, okay, see here? Hard edge. Here, look like I'm doing something special. And it's just strips, just working with strips. It's not like, you know, yeah. But I just wanted to break this one down because you can see my process in making this cover work. Because when I don't have ephemera for this. I didn't cut any images for it either. Any, you know, sailboat or something or a cruise ship. I didn't go on my silhouette and cut a bunch of stuff. So I'm creating interest in the cover by layering. Strategic layering. Ha ha ha. You could also, if you want, pull out your dies, you know, your shape dies, circles and rectangles and so on, and create something too. But I'm kind of liking doing this with pattern paper and a punch. Alrighty, let me make sure that I'm all focused. I'm going to stand up now. Ooh. Wait. Maybe I shouldn't have taken off the rest of them, but it's okay. If you're doing it, don't take off all the other adhesive because now I have the whole thing exposed. I just realized it. Oops. There. Okay. All right. I'm just there. There's a little piece right there. So I'm going to just take my scissors. I'm glad the uneven part is down here at the bottom. That doesn't bother me too much. Let me use my cutter bee. Just even it out. There I go. So that's just a hair, but I can see it. And if it's facing the top, it's more noticeable at the top than it is at the bottom. All right, so there's my cover. I'm going to apply more score tape again here. Not wet glue, score tape. You know, wet glue on foil, on the back of foil cardstock, will show lumps. I don't know why. I have, you know, just the other day I did wet glue again and I was like, that's why I don't use wet glue on foil cardstock. Maybe on this one, because this one seems to be a little bit thicker, but it shows itself. There we go. Take off that. Take off this. So remember, this little gold strip is like 8 by a ½ inch. This Tim Holtz, I believe you can find it at Joann's and probably Hobby Lobby. All right, I'm going to stand up again because now I'm going to put it over here. No, wait. No, what am I doing? No, there's one more piece. This piece. Good thing my memory is not working. This piece is also ½ inch, but by, I am standing 8, is it 8 1/4? 8 1/4, 8 1/4 by ½ inch. Now, why am I not making it 8 inches? When I made it 8 inches, I was starting to see the white, and I wanted it to have the contrast of the red. This is a little skinny piece from here. I found an edge with no boat on it. I wanted it super clean, so I took it off of this end, and it had no boat on it. Just find a spot where it's clear. So that's 8 1/4 by ½ inch. And then I'm going to center like so. So it will extend beyond, but it's not bad. It's going to look like I purposely did it that way. Kinda I did anyway. So you see? And now I'm going to put, again, more score tape, but I think I'm going to use my 3/8 of an inch this time. No, you know what? Let me use a half. Let me use a, can I do a half? No, half is, sometimes the ½ inch is too big for a ½ inch. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that. So I'm going to go 1/4 of an inch. I'm just using up all my 1/4 of an inch tape. Painful. Painful. Cutter. Here. I am overlapping it just a hair. And now we're bringing it back in like so. I don't want it exposed. I may have to roll it in on this end. Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll it in. I can see it already. Right there. And just use my finger and roll it in. Remove the tape backing. And like so, like so, like so, like so, like so, like so, like so. Okay, I know this video isn't short because I'm looking at the time already, but I wanted to go slowly and show you guys the process. So if you make this album, you can go ahead and make something just like this. And now I'm standing up. This is a cover. Remember, ship to the right, that to the left, that pattern. Now I'm coming up over it. I am standing if you're hearing me, again, super loud in your ears. There we go. I'm going to now center this top, bottom. Maybe I should go all the way out. Should I go all the way out? Decisions. I could go like that. Do I like that? Or do I like it like this? You know what? I think I kind of like it all the way out. There. And burnish. That's the cover. Gentle. You don't have to do crazy burnishing here, just gentle burnishing. And then now I'm going to put it like that. I can see a little smidge here. Oh, that just annoys me. All right, I'm going to just trim. Oh, this is annoying me. Just trim just a hair off. Now, if I was inking, this wouldn't be a problem because with the inking would just cover up all the little wonk. But the general rule is if you start inking, you should ink the entire thing. And I didn't ink the entire thing. Now, I could round this too, but no, I'm not going to round it. There are some albums that I have made where I've rounded everything, but I did just want it to round here. And the contrast, if I had inked this, yes, you would see the difference, but it's okay. It's okay. Let me go 5/8 of an inch. You could do 1 inch here too on the 4 corners. Nothing wrong with that to ensure a good stick. And I am going slow because I want to go edge to edge. You want years from now, you look at this album, it's still looking at you going, yeah, I'm still functioning. I'm not falling apart. Aren't you happy? That's what you want. That's why certain things I'll tell you, okay, splurge underscore tape, Basil cardstock, no wet glue. Wet glue will show that warping, and once it starts, you can't really fix it on a mini album. Very unforgiving. And it will cause this cover lumpy, bumpy. Yeah, that type of deal. That's why when we did the ribbon in the last video, I did the fabric tape because it was flat, like score tape. And whatever rise that you got, it was very, very minimal. You know, I thought about putting, you know, this is a good time if you wanted to. You could put brads. I thought about it, you know, like how I'm not doing gears. So I had thought maybe I'd put some brads. Let me think. But brads is another thing. Because a brad on this paper is going to show the legs. If I put a brad here and I spread it, you're going to see because this is so thin, you're going to see the impression of it, and it may tear. But I could do it here. Let's talk about it for 2 seconds then. Functional sidebar for you guys. I wouldn't put a brad here. Nowhere near there. Here, yes. Here, yes. You want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brads? Go ahead. Why? This is 1, 2, 3, 4 layers thick. 5 layers thick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 layers thick. This can handle the brad without showing itself. Here is going to show everything and it may tear through. Here it's not. So you could, you would have to have a crocodile or, I mean this, but this may crumple everything and tear the heck out the paper. You need to punch it through and punch it through clean. That's more than likely a crocodile. Use your crocodile and then put some, you know what, maybe I might do that. But once I start, I'm going to have to stick with it. I'm thinking, but I might do it. Alrighty, I'll be back. Okay, crafters, so I'm back. As you can see, there are now 5 holes in my cover. I decided to go ahead and do the brads. Like I said, here I wouldn't do brads because it may poke through. But over here now, different story. So I had 2 options when I looked in my stash of oldies but goodies. I have this, which is, I believe, is from Prima. And these are like flat back. But the height of it, it's a little high. So, and I'm not even sure if you can even find this, but it gives that look. And then I have these brads, and these are not new. I don't know if Michaels carries this anymore. I would hope so. They're brads from Michaels with that same look like, oh, what is this? You guys know what I'm talking like. I want to say flathead screwdriver, but Phillips screw. But there is 2 versions of it. There's that version, and then there's also the, where is it? No, I can't find it. This whole set comes with 2 versions. So let me show you what. Because I ended up going with the brad. I can do this or this. Those are my 2 options. I kind of like this. This gives me the nautical feel. But if you do find this set, you do have a choice. And you'd have to, you know, look at the packs available of the brads. So this, I think, is just a bit too high. But I do like this is a little bit flatter. So I decided to go brad instead of the Prima. But those are options. Now, in terms of, I was going to do this with you guys, but it took me a little while just to measure, to figure out the measurement. I use a pencil. Again, Tim Holtz ruler. All these little increments and that 0 centering. That's what came into play in measuring this out. And I do have my crocodile from We Are Memory Keepers. This is one of those tools that you may not use it every day, but boy, is it nice to have when you do need to, you know, punch things like this for brads. Punch through, you have a pair of shoes, you have a leather belt. It's just general household stuff as well. Or if you make jewelry, leather and that type of thing. Or if you want to do the eyelet setting, that's where you come into this part of it. So that's my oldie but goodie crocodile. I've had this for a very long time. I punched the hole. There is, what is this? 3/16 and 1/8 of an inch. I punched it at 1/8 of an inch. So that's a nice tool, but back in the days, I got it on sale. Now they don't, you know, they've reintroduced a lot of what a lot of us crafters have had for a while. In terms of the We Are Memory Keepers, corner chompers, which are rounders, that crocodile. Now all of a sudden they're back to being full price. But if you go to Joann's, maybe, I'm not 100% sure when they're having their sale on We Are Memory Keepers in store or online, that would be a good one to get at maybe 40% off, 40 plus additional 10 or something. I will link one below anyway, just in case you really want one and you can't find it and you're new to crafting and you're like, oh, that's a cool tool. So I pre-punched it because I didn't want to spend forever because I had to figure this out. Doing this with you guys. But I took the Tim Holtz ruler and I'm going to now lower the camera a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Took the Tim Holtz ruler. Let me make sure that I am all focused because I don't want to be having that problem again. And I came in, all right. So what I did here, let me get a piece of white cardstock. There's your 0. This piece is 8 inches. So here is 8 inches, 4 inches out from 0, 4 inches out from 0. So that's the line I was going for, okay? So the first punch, the first mark with my pencil was at 0, coming down here. I did a 1/4 inch and a 1/4 inch in. So right now I'm from the gold edge, I believe I was at 3/8 of an inch out. Or from the end here, let's say that. From the end, I'm 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch to here, 1/4 inch up, 0. And here, 1/4 inch, quarter of an inch from here. Okay? If I'm making any sense. Here now on this side, I did exactly a 1/4 inch. I put the ruler here and went exactly. See how it lines up right there and here? 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch from this edge and this edge to punch to mirror that side. And that's how I did the measurements to create it. This is not something, when you're punching on something like this for a mini album, I'm going to back the camera out now. So when you're adding any element like this is when it suits you to pull out a ruler and get it exact. Try not to eyeball it, because when you eyeball it, that's when this will be here, this one will be down here, this may not be dead center. And after you put on the brad and after you punch it and you can't take it back, then you'll notice it. I'm going to put on my brad. I like to use a little bit of Distress Collage Medium. You can also use Glossy Accent, but I'm going to put, this is something that I learned from Kathy. Kathy King, Paper Phenomenon. She likes to put in the brad and then just drop a little bit of right there. That will help to hold it. Flip it over. Oh, I need to peel this off. Yeah. And then I'm going to open up the brad legs, preferably at an angle. Alrighty, so I hope you guys can see this. Yeah. Let me do the second one zoomed in. Alrighty, it looked like I'm going to have to peel. Okay, I can stick this back. All right, so we're going to do the middle one now. And this Distress Collage Medium, this works kind of like a hot glue gun. It will provide that permanent stick, but it's a flexible hold. So I'm just filling the space there just so that the brad has that extra bit of room to hold. And then I'm going to, it doesn't dry quickly. It doesn't dry like super quick, so I have time to play with it. There is something to split this legs, the brad legs open. Let me make sure that you guys can see. And here I'm just using my nails, which is not the most smartest thing, but it is what it is. There. I can stick, you can always stick back score tape to just provide a temporary hold until I need it. Then I'm going to do the rest one more time. Let me show you one more time. Then I'll do the two others off camera. So again, I'm going to now put a dab, not too much. Not that one. Did I put in the right one? Let me turn this. I'm gonna fix that in a second. Kind of like so, kind of like a cross. Come over, flip it over, and then get that leg. There. I'm going to fix that one. You can stick this back. I'm going to just turn it a little bit. Make sure that I am nice and focused. There we go. Just a little turn. I didn't want it to be so on center, you know, like there. Perfect. Alrighty, and I will do the other two. I'll be right back. I know this video is a little long, but I took the time to show you how I layered up everything. So that takes time. I'll edit it anyway, but I didn't want to race through it with you guys. Now I'm going to put score tape to then hold down all this goodness. Let's use the 3/8 of an inch. You can use your 1/4 of an inch, just a bunch of it. One piece over here. And I'll be back after I put on all this ton of score tape because don't want none of this to raise up, right? Nope, 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 nope. Because even though I kept the cost down, it's still, you know, it's a gift. Still has a certain value to it after buying all this stuff. So let me just go like this. I'm trying to leave not so much open pieces so I don't get that buckling like before. Not cute at all. And just in general with covers, you don't have to do edge to edge like applying the bezel to the cover. That's edge to edge. And that's another reason why when I'm doing the mini album cover, like in that last video, is edge to edge, because it will rise up. It will buckle in those empty spaces and it just won't be, and you can't fix it. You'll see it. Alrighty, I'm going to remove all this tape. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so now I removed all the tape backing, and now what I normally do, I would normally put a piece of tape over this, like Scotch tape, just to hold it. I don't know what's in my finger here, but I think I'm going to just put over each piece just for added security. Just a piece of score tape on it, just to hold it, even though I did put the collage medium. I just want to have something else. So I'm going to just gently put that as well. Now, do you have to do this with the brads? No. If you have brads and you already have crocodile, why not? Can you do something else? Of course. Can you pull out gears if you have some? Oh, most definitely. Do you have to run to Michael's if you want to do brads? Maybe. So, I know. I've done all of that myself. See something, I'm like, okay, I got to make a trip. I got to go get this, you know. The only thing I can't get, I used to be able to get, is score tape. Score tape was something I could pick up at my local craft store. I don't have a local craft store anymore. And so now I have to buy my score tape online. So I always buy more than I need. Alrighty. So even though I know this pretty much is the front, I just want to still have it. Just double check it. Why not? Doesn't hurt anybody. Check my orientation. Turn it around. Now I'm going to stick this down. Alrighty. Let me stand up. Hope you like my cover. I'm so liking this cover. And I want to center. Again, same 2-finger method. There. Let me make sure that I am all nice and focused, because I would just be like, oh, just don't know adding those 2 pages. And you guys were probably watching it going, what happened? My stupid phone blurred. That's what happened. And I just was like, no. Okay, there. Okay, lightly. I'm burnishing first with my finger because of this paper. Now I'm taking out my bone folder, just gently. Notice I'm holding the cover. Don't remember, this is only chipboard. It can fold in on itself. So just gently burnish up here. Burnish. Just make sure that sticks. I don't like burnishing on foil, but this foil is already kind of has a distressed look, so it's not so bad. And there you go. That's the cover. I still need a sentiment here. I'll figure something. I do have remember I bought a Happy Mother's Day at Cat Scrappiness? Well, she had a sale. I went in and got the Happy Father's Day. I think this is $5.99. I'll link it below. Has the word and the shadow. So I'm going to put that here. But pretty much here's the album. So your pages, oh, see, I already started a little bit. You can see. I didn't finish it though. So I'll do a final reveal. But you can see fishtail banner. Still have to do some more tags. This is from the scrapbook.com tag set. Love this tag set. Yes, yes, yes. Love it, love it, love it. Cat Scrappiness has some storage pockets too for slimline size or that size. Just in case. I'll link it too. Flip this out. So you know so in the video, when I was inserting the pages, page 3 was supposed to face forward like this and insert on with this side loading pocket in the front, that pocket in the back. Then here, you're supposed to kind of flip this lid over and slide this onto the hinge. I hope that's what happened. Oh, just irks me so much to no end that the video blurred too, and I couldn't even make heads or tails of what happened. And I had already done the whole album while I was editing. That's when I saw, when I zoomed it down. So again, pardon that mistake. This I still need to fix, but I'll do that. Probably something with my punch, not in this color, but I could either face it up or face it down. See how this comes in handy? Very handy. You could even pop it here as an accent if you wanted. Little texture there. Works just fine. Trust me. And for some reason, this punch too, when you use it, it has a certain amount of stability for a punch. Some other punches, when they're super delicate, scallops with designs, you have to be careful with those. If this album is interacted a lot, you have to kind of look at where you put it, because the more you leave it hanging on an edge like this, that flips up, is the more over time all of this will fray. This won't fray as quickly as some of the other punch designs. That's what I'm trying to say. This style, and also just a plain scallop. But plain scallop generally lends itself to a more feminine album. This one is a more unisex style. Just a notebook. Teachers, yeah. Alrighty, crafters. So here we are. Cover done. Spine done. The back done. You can leave it just like this on the front too, if you want to do that. But if you want to, and get your practice in and enjoy layering up just like me, if you don't have the punch, it would just be this edge straight out. If you don't have a corner rounder, still just go rectangular. It's okay. It's okay. The layers will still look good. I was just showing you how far you can take it, and this is all just pattern paper with some brads. These brads are not expensive, so I'm still keeping the budget down. Haha. Alrighty, crafters. Until the next video, which will more than likely be my putting in some more tags and a final reveal. I'll show you how I finished dressing up this album, all right? And I may break it down a little bit too. I'll see how the time goes. Okay, crafters. Stay crafty, my friends. Bye.